welcome to the podcast again. It feels like it's been a while since it has been a while since I did a podcast episode. I'm surviving so far. And, I've been following the news and stuff, and, hold on, I gotta charge up my phone. So, anyway, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the distribute war that's brewing between DC and Diamond and Alan Gill of Ultimate Comics, showing who he's supporting. And through this, HBO Max has announced that the Green Lantern series will be produced by Jeff Johns. Talking about Marvel laying off more of their workers there, the furloughed and stuff. And we're going to be reading more of the Batman Year One script. So, anyway, it's kind of an interesting. Hello. Thank you, love. So, it's interesting to read about, and I wrote, that's the title of the show, is DC Comics is a business. They're in the business to make money. So, let's get to the distribute thing. Alan Gill boycotts DC Comics' new distributor in favor of Diamond. Alan Gill of Ultimate Comics in North Carolina, never been there, has placed his flag in the ground regarding the current reemergence of the distribution war that has not been seen in the comic book industry for decades. DC Comics will be distributing under new prints for their delayed comics via two new distributors, UCS and Lunar, created by the two old mail-order companies, Midtown Comics and DCBS. A Diamond Comics distribution is intended to distribute those very self-comics around 2 weeks later. It's been quite a car crash. Anyway, Alan Gill has made his store positions quite clear, as he wrote on Facebook. Who the hell gets on Facebook anymore? I will say this. I am going to side with DC on this one. They're not like Marvel, where they just, furloughed a shit ton of employees and decided to go with one writer for multiple issues type thing. DC is a company. They're a business. They're taking advantage of the open business market. Since Marvel, Valiant, and IDW and others kind of went, we're stopping. DC had to find other things to do. They did the digital comics, which is pretty smart of them. even though they're not available on DC Universe, even though I'm paying $7.99 a month. And by the way, I did watch the Harley Quinn episode, and I didn't enjoy it. For those who are wondering. Someone asked me on Instagram, I was like, I hate it. My favorite villain died, so it's like, fuck Harley Quinn and all that show. I mean, I'll watch the next one because it's going to be Batman in it. But, yeah, it's like, you fucking killed Mr. Freeze. My favorite villain. I mean, I wouldn't consider him a villain. I consider him more like an anti-hero type character. And I still want to see a Mr. Freeze solo film. You got Joker, you can do Mr. Freeze, you can put Michael Fassbender as Mr. Freeze. I will fucking watch it. Hell, I would write it for free. I would write that book, not that book, but I would write that movie for free. Just because I love that character so much. You know, I love Mr. Freeze. Like, that is my favorite character. And I only been on the roller coaster ride for you know, like once. It's a fun ride, but it's like your body's like swinging almost out of the fucking car. So anyway, let's get to Alan Gill's Facebook message. And this is his stupid ass post. Ultimate Comics will not be stocking DC Comics until stay-at-home order is lifted and our distributor Diamond Comics is back online. That right there is a statement short and clear, like, I don't want to make no fucking money. That is basically the statement of the century. I don't want to make no money. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you know, you heard the states and stuff, the stay-at-home order. It's like, fuck that. Like, once May comes around, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I will be going outside. Which I did. I did go outside. I did go for a walk because the governor of our state opened up the parks and stuff, telling people to go outside, get air, get sunlight, stop being a fucking mole. Basically, is basically what it is. And let me tell you, like, I went outside, I walked my dog, and it felt great to be outside, like getting air, looking at the high river after non-stop rain, which we're going to be getting another one. You know, tomorrow's thunderstorms. You know, basically, storms coming. You know, type of thing. We're basically getting that. We're getting nothing but rain. Which is great, because, you know, I'm kind of used to it. And it's very relaxing, and also, you know, like, very recharging, you know. I love thunderstorms, so basically, I'm excited for it. But it was great to walk, you know, around the park and stuff with the dog and stuff, and he, you know, we walked like 2 miles, and and I had to carry him back to the car because he just like laid on the ground like, I'm done. I mean, he's 12, so like in human years he's like 70 something years old. Basically, he was like laying on the ground like, I'm done, dude. You fucking carry me back. Which I'm used to carrying him, you know, like, even when he was younger, I had to carry. I love your voice saying storm's coming. So, anyway, it was great to, like, you know, walk around and stuff, and and stores are opening back up. I mean, here's the weird fucked up thing about it. Like, me and my dad talked about this in the car. Well, I had to drive. I drove him to the store and stuff. He didn't feel like driving, so I drove him. Me and him talked about this. This is like the fucked up thing we realized. It's out of the stores, Dollar General, Walmart, Target, Dollar Tree, Schnucks, Deerbergs, Save-A-Lot, Aldi's are all open. They're the only stores that are open. And there is more of a chance of you catching coronavirus in all those stores than a comic book store. I'm just saying, like, I mean, there's so many fucking people in those stores. You can catch coronavirus there. I mean, I am not a betting man. I'm going to bet on this one right now. I bet $10 you could catch coronavirus in a fucking Walmart than a comic book store. I'm just saying, like, I know some comic book stores are small and Walmart's huge, but if you kind of think about it, if you put the amount of people that are in a Walmart or an Aldi's or Target, you could catch any disease, I'll be quite honest with you. Target's fucking gross. And they're most likely never going to be a sponsor of this show. but Target's fucking gross. I mean, I have never seen a store so dirty. I mean, good lord. I mean, I don't care if they sell coffee. I'm still not going in that fucking store. I mean, it's most like I'm never going to be back in that store because I'm banned. But that store is so fucking dirty. I mean, the floor was dirty. I was just like, does anybody vacuum the carpet? I mean, you got a vacuum section right across from this carpet area. The clothing area, what I mean. But seriously, like, Walmart is the same way. Like, I know Walmart, the Walmart that's not far from me, I know they are clean. I've been in that Walmart. I was coughing. Even though I was wearing a mask, I was coughing because it is that fucking clean. Like, you can smell the cleaning chemicals. You can't help but gag and cough of how bad it is. And, I was wearing a mask, so, because it's kind of like you have to wear a mask in Walmart, otherwise you're going to be like, get out. But a comic book store, I'll be quite honest with you, I know a lot of people give this stereotypical thing of nerds are sweaty and dirty, they don't bathe, they live in a basement. Nerds are kind of fucking clean. I mean, us nerds are like, we're like the people in Big Bang Theory. We are fucking clean. We're sarcastic. We don't give a shit. We're clean people. We are. I mean, we're very civilized and clean, progressive-looking people. People in a Target, they don't look clean. I mean, shit. You had a fat dude wearing a skirt and a girl's tank top with a big-ass beer belly hanging out. What the fuck do you think that is? Clean? No. It looked like, it looked like the dude from the Office, He looked, I'll be quite honest with you, he looked like the dude from The Office. But seriously, you're going to compare that to people who shop in a comic book store, of who's cleaner. So, anyway, back to Alan Gill's, saying, like, he basically does not want to make money. The two biggest deep discount mail order companies needed to keep selling comics. And DC Comics used to use this as an opportunity to deal directly to the two of the biggest accounts, DCBS and Midtown Comics. Diamond Comics, during a worldwide pandemic, and I assume after, DC Comics made a press release announcing the two distributors without disclosing that those distributors were actually two of the large, deep discount retailers. I've been in the comic book retail for 17 years. Congratulations. Diamond Comics has always been professionally run company and has always treated me well whenever there were problems responded to me. A professional, timely manner fixed those issues when it could. On the issue whether or not a monopoly exists with Diamond Comics and is a separate issue and one that should not be exploited during this crisis. So basically, this dude is bitching and complaining that Diamond Comics treated him so special, and now there are new distributors coming in and stuff. And here's the thing. It's a monopoly. DC Comics is a multi-billion-dollar company. They're in the business to make money. And they're in the business of looking for the best deals that they can. And here's the thing. DC sells comics. Stores, I mean, I'm sure this dude has, a great amount of money now. But here's the thing, there's other small comic book shops that are trying to make money. Trying to keep their doors open. And stuff. And, I mean, here's the thing, like, right now during this pandemic, it is more like a hostage situation. It's not a fun one. It's not an exciting one. You're basically sitting in your fucking house and there's nothing to do. You're walking around your house, you're looking out the windows, you're watching TV, you're on your phone or your laptop, your tablet, watching videos, and there's nothing really to do. There's nothing really to read, there's no books coming out. You can't go to the bookstore or anything. And let me tell you, it reminds me of like the movie Shaun of the Dead. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Shaun of the Dead. It's like the beginning of it, where you're basically doing the same routine every day. And it's the same thing every day. Minus there's no zombies outside going, at your door. I fucking love that movie, by the way, Shaun of the Dead. It is like the best fucking zombie movie ever. I love that movie. I highly recommend it if anybody's never seen it. It is funny. Like, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are like the best comedy duo. I never seen Paul. I heard it's really good. I never seen At the World's End. Never got around to seeing it, but I seen Hot Fuzz, and I fucking love that movie too. That is the best procedural cop comedy ever. I want to watch it with you. It is really good. It is funny. It is really funny, and it's what this whole pandemic thing reminds me of. It reminds me of like the same routine, same thing every day. You get up, you eat breakfast, you work out, and it's the same thing. It's like it is so mind-boggling, boring at times because you're just sitting there going, "Am I losing my mind?" And the thing is, there's nothing on TV. Like, everything stopped. What happened? A A lot of the shows are postponed. Some are canceled. Like God Friended Me got postponed after the pandemic, and they got canceled, which sucks because it was actually a really good show, by the way. The Flash, no new episodes. Supergirl, no new episodes. Not really a big deal. Batwoman, no new episodes. I would be honest, this pandemic is probably the perfect time for producers and stuff to go over everything that they're doing wrong with Batwoman, not Batgirl. Batgirl would have been a better show, but Batgirl's going to be in Titans. It'd be the perfect time for producers and writers to go over everything that they're doing wrong with Batwoman and try to fix the situation on it. They probably won't. I mean, if I was writing it, I'd be like, you know what, fuck you people, get out of here. I'm going to do things my way. But they won't. They won't fix the show. I mean, they're going to run the same damn premise and shit all the time. And the sad part is, Batwoman's actually an interesting character. I mean, if they hired James Tynion to write, that's the dude who writes Batman now, and I don't know what he's doing. But if they hired James Tynion to write Batwoman, it probably would have been a decent show. You know, he probably would have put Punchline probably in the fucking show. And I'm sorry, Punchline is a boring character. I know a lot of people love that character. I know a lot of people are cosplaying as her. They're, you know, she's the new Harley Quinn and stuff. I'd be surprised if we put Punchline in the fucking third season of Harley Quinn, to be quite honest. I would be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised by it. But, you know, the problem with the problem with this whole pandemic thing I'm talking about is a lot of shows and stuff are gone. There's no form of entertainment. A lot of the movies are coming out digitally. Scooby-Doo movies coming out digitally, which looks really cool, by the way. And, you know, a lot of stuff are, you know, coming out. And the thing is, a lot of people during this whole time are really having a difficult time finding forms of entertainment. And that's where probably DC came in, like, you know what, we need to put all these books out. But at the same time, these things were costing people money and stuff. And that's what's going on. And he continues on by saying, Diamond should not be punished for doing the right thing and shutting down their operations to protect their staff. To stop the flow of comics to retailers all over the world at a time when comic book stores could not open. It would have literally driven all physical stores out of business. And I'm standing with Jeppy and Diamond Comics. Ultimate Comics will not be carrying new comics, including ones shipping early. You will not miss issues in May when Diamond is rolling again. You know, it also can work. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't own a comic shop, unfortunately. But comic book stores like Dark Side Comics and Games, where I started doing business again before, bam, pandemic. They are doing deliveries. They're delivering comics. They are doing online sales where they're selling comics on like eBay, Amazon, and shipping them to people's houses. That's how they're doing business. They're delivering, they're shipping, they're doing curbside pickup. They're doing all these things to stay open, to stay function, to stay going. And I think that's where DC kind of saw, like, you know, shops that cannot be open inside physically can do curbside delivery, online sales by shipping comics through the mail away. Sorry, that's what it is, mail away. They're doing all these things, and I think that's where DC saw, like, they're doing this. We could just continue pumping out new comics and stuff. But at the same time, DC lost money during this whole pandemic where they aren't distributing comics and all that. So they lost money in a way. And again, like I said, DC is in the business to make money. So I want to see this one article. It says breaking news involving Jerry Lawler, who, by the way, for those who don't know, is a wrestler and stuff. Oh, shit. Alright, I did not watch Monday Night Raw. This is on posted on April 26th. So this was yesterday. Hall of Famer and Monday Night Raw announcer Jerry Lawler finally addressed the controversial comments that earned the King a Twitter lashing, if you missed it. Lawler referred to a diving senton from a Japanese wrestler, Akira Tozawa, as a ramen noodle moonsault. Oh, shit. Something pretty much every Twitter, other than Jim Cornette, called it racist. Oh, shit. Why did it, here's the thing. I'm glad it wasn't a Chinese wrestler, because good God, would you imagine if you fucking made that joke? Oh, man, would you imagine, like, that is, like, the first time ever, like, someone, like, I will be honest, like, that comment is not funny, it's not. It's kind of like, I haven't watched Monday Night Raw, and I haven't watched anything WWE since the XFL closed, because I was sort of like, I'm boycotting anything WWE, basically. I watched New Japan Pro Wrestling. I enjoy New Japan Pro Wrestling. I haven't watched AEW, because I have better things to do. And I watched some of the NWA wrestling, which I enjoy. But WWE is kind of, well, they're boring, basically. Like, WWE is basically the basic bitch pro wrestling type stuff, and it's basic. I'll be honest with you, it's boring. It's just basically that. It's a boring version of wrestling. Like, everything about it is just, to read. So, everything's just, not that fun. So anyway, let's get to Disney Marvel. And this will continue my show of hatred for Disney and Marvel. Disney has furloughed staff across divisions, even getting criticism from the Disney family. This is an article by Rich Johnson of Bleeding Cool. That including Marvel Entertainment, Guardian newspaper recently reported that Marvel was cutting its editorial staff by half as a result of such furloughs. Through Bleeding Cool understands that it's less than that. Affected staff had been furloughed rather than laid off. Marvel is continuing providing health insurance for the duration. And it's intended that they will return to work. Bleeding Cool understands a furlough affecting senior staffs as well as junior staff. The furlough period for Disney staff as a whole began in April 19th But Marvel Comics, it will begin this Sunday, the 26th. Well, so basically it began yesterday. Through particular office purposes, it means the end of play today. In the UK, furlough staff had began. In the UK, furlough staff are seeing the government pay 80% of their regular salary to furlough staff. So, it's also been previously reported that Marvel has a number of titles on hold during the shutdown period. Unlike DC Comics, Marvel has chose not to announce alternative distribution plans. Instead, like Image, Dark Horse, IDW, Boom, Dynamite, and more, they are waiting for Diamond distributors to begin distributing comics to stores again. Marvel has suspended all digital comics, unlike DC, who are doing new digital titles. So Marvel is basically letting Daddy Mickey pay for their stuff. They're letting the mouse pay for their shit by furloughing a lot of people. So, and the thing is, I don't like how they're doing that. Like, it's like one of those words. Furlough is like one of those words I don't like. Essential, social distancing. Those are the words, like I don't really like. So, anytime I think of like Mickey Mouse now, I think of like the South Park version where he's like wearing a little tie and stuff, and he's coming in and threatening to beat the shit out of people. It's pretty much how I describe Disney, basically, as being that. I will say this: it's very bad on Marvel's part. And the thing is, it's kind of sad though that they stopped publishing books. Like, I was looking forward to reading the new Warriors book. I really was. I was looking forward to seeing Safe Space and Snowflake, the Billy Idol looking vampire kid, B negative, the fat chick with the backpack who looks like Dora the Explorer. If Dora didn't eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, instead eat little Debbie cakes. And the one character who had computer gas hit him in the eyes, and he wears like those goggle things. I was looking forward to reading the new Warriors. Like, these heroes look really cool. Like, they look like the type of characters that are needed. Like, I have a feeling that Safe Space and Snowflake, man, they're gonna, Wonder Twins better watch out. They gotta watch out, because Safe Space and Snowflake are coming in, man. So, I look forward to, seeing the new Warriors, man. Like, I mean, I do look forward to reading it, because I never bought a Marvel comic in a very long time. I look forward to reading this one. Even though it's going to hurt me paying for it. But I have to. When it comes out, I have to buy it. Even though my wallet's going to cry and scream when I put $10 down to buy that fucking book. So, anyway, let's get to the other one story, then we'll get to the Frank Miller Batman script. I don't look forward to seeing what happens in it. But, like, My computer's acting stupid, so. I don't know why. My computer always acts kind of retarded. So, I bet my computer ran out of gas, so I guess that's what happened. So anyway, that or heard like Frank Miller's Batman Year One. They're like, no, shit, no. So, anyway. I guess it's just Bull's website. Oh, this one kind of sucks. Comic book stores will be getting Walmart's Batman Giant number 4 from DC this week. Ah, shit. Like, I was looking forward to reading Batman Giant number 4. Anytime I have to go to Walmart, that's like the best thing about it. Is like, I grab, the DC Giant books, and during this whole pandemic thing, like, they did not have anything of Giant books. Like, they're gone. They're basically gone now. They're like not. It's basically all it is now is like cleaning toilet paper. Toilet paper. All that. But I did find something. Hold on. I did find one thing at Wally World. Anyway, Easter might be gone. We never got to really celebrate it, sadly. But I did find something. How do I put it? Wonderful. A Batman pop-up lollipop. That's right, a Batman pop-up lollipop in an egg. So, I did find that. I did find that one. I did find some Batman tattoos. Fake tattoos. Yeah, like I found a Batman pop-ups lollipop in an egg. They were selling them like $1, and I grabbed 2 of them. I grabbed the fake tattoo ones. So that was really cool. It was something fun. It's really cool. The Batman Rebirth characters on there. The classic logo, the DC logo. I also found like the color paper, activity kit and an egg Batman, where it has stickers, markers, crayons, color paper, all these fun things. And sadly they won't be there by the 1st, because I had to like find something for my for my buddy for his birthday. My youngest nephew's birthday's coming up, and I had to find him something for his birthday. And luckily, I get paid. Spreaker, of course, sends money to, podcast people, and I get paid. And I also get my stimulus check. I finally got like an email. Not an email. I had to like fill in the find my check thing for the stimulus thing, and they're like, oh, it's gonna be it's mailed out, it's coming your way. Aw, happy birthday to that little Robin of yours. Yeah, I don't know what to get him for his birthday. Like my sister, I was talking to my sister, I was like, what does he want for his birthday? And she was like, nothing for indoors, nothing loud. And I was just like, well, shit, you took away two of the things I'm usually buying him. Something loud and something for indoors. So I thought about it. I had to think. I thought about it, and I just sat there thinking, like, what can I get that little guy that is activity, you can take outside, that's fun, and he'll like it. And I thought about it. I thought for a while, like, what should I get this guy? He needs something. And I looked over at my shelves of, collectible toys and stuff, and thought about it. And I thought, like, you know what? I'm going to get him the Joker gun. The Joker Prank Shop Joker gun. It shoots water, crazy string, has a little flag that says bang, and it has the Joker's laugh in there. That's what I should get him. That is what I should get him. I mean, it was either that or the drum set. One of the two. The electro drums where he just bangs and it makes noise and music and all that. It was either one of those. Like I had to think about it. That or a banjo. You get the banjo, now I buy a banjo, and we could, learn to play the dueling banjos from Deliverance. Which is an awesome fucking scene, by the way. Like, that's the one thing you don't ever want to hear when you're... Like, the time I had to, like, return to my hometown at one time. By the way, for those who don't know, I live in... My hometown's called House Springs, and it is in the woods. It's like deep in the woods. And there's two things you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear a banjo or someone going, you got a pretty mouth. Like, you don't want to hear any of that shit. Yeah. I mean, for fuck's sakes, those are people who eat chocolate-covered crickets. Alright? Think about that for a second. Yeah. You don't want to hear... That's like the one town where I just avoid going. It's like the time I had to, like, drive there because I was going to pick up something at a resale shop, and when I looked where they were at and I saw the name House Springs, I was like, oh, hell no. So, yeah, it was a nice table for like $10, but oh, hell no, I ain't going there. So, anyway. Where are we at in this script? Because I know the last time we were on the script, we were talking about we were talking about shit, where are we at? I know the time we were at the Fuck, where are we at? Because I remember in the script we were in the... We were reading the part where Gordon and Anne, his wife, are... Yeah, here we are. We're getting close. We're at the part where Gordon and Flass investigated, and all of a sudden... Yep, here it is. Alright. We're in the part where Gordon's apartment. Last time we saw, we were... Flash's buddy gets killed by Selena. Bruce escapes, bumps into Flash. An intense moment of eye contact. Selena's apartment. Moments later, Gordon is alone with the body, standing over, Alright. Interior, Gordon's apartment. Night. Gordon sits on the bed with his arms around his wife. She's crying. Gordon, honey, come on. I didn't mean it. It's just raising a child in this hellhole. Maybe after my transfer goes through, things will be different. Anne jerks her shoulder away. Exits in a huff, leaving Gordon alone with the TV news. TV news anchor Brian in Gotham City, in the middle of a crime wave, murder, prostitution, drugs, racketeering, all on the rise. Commissioner's office refuses to comment. On the TV, Thomas Wayne's crest, and in between a T and a W. News anchor Brian. When we return, can the Wayne Corporation find the missing heir to Thomas Wayne's fortune before the 15-year deadline? Gordon pays no attention. I love that part. Gordon pays no attention. Interior, outside Commissioner Loeb's office. Day. Gordon sits in the waiting room outside the door marked Police Commissioner Jillian Loeb. A loud, muffled voice argue on the other side. Loeb's secretary is doing crossword puzzle, oblivious. The door opens. Gotham's young assistant district attorney, Harvey Dent, stands in it, yelling back into the office. Dent, you can't protect him forever. Estrada will go down, and you'll go down with him. Dent slams the door and stomps off. The secretary pushes a button on the intercom. The secretary. Commissioner Loeb, there's a Detective Gordon here to see you. Loeb. Send him in. Gordon enters. Interior. Commissioner Loeb's office. Moments later. Gordon musters all his confidence as he approaches Loeb, who works an exercise spring in his beefy fist. Oh my god. Miller is like one of those characters. I tell you, like, I know there's a lot of people who are going like, you're just a fan of Frank Miller. You like all his weird... And this is the weird stuff I like. Miller can write weird shit. I did not read his, latest Batman. His latest Batman book, Dark Knight, The Golden Child. But But I did read that Superman Year One, and that was a funny book. Because, I mean, a lot of people just always shit on Miller's style. If it's either the writing or the artwork. And a lot of people always say, Batman Year One comics awful, bad. It's like, no, it's not. It's really... You gotta realize, the book came out in 1987, and it is 2020. Times are different compared to back then to now. Okay, like everybody wants every character to be in a safe space bubble, but sometimes it's always fun to take the characters outside the bubble and see what you can do with them, like see what you can form out of them and stuff. Sometimes you can find new stuff out of that, going outside the bubble and just seeing what you can do with these characters and stuff. And Batman's one of those characters that, in a way, he's like clay. He's like molded clay. You could take something, it's something great and spectacular. Sometimes you can make something new out of it, and sometimes it's interesting, sometimes it's not that interesting, but people find something interesting out of that mold. Like, I love Batman Hollywood Night. Like, that is my favorite Elseworld story. Like, I fucking love that book, and it is really good, and it's really fun, and it's exciting, it's different. It's the same way with Gotham by Gaslight. You can take something and it is really, really good. Like, I love Gotham by Gaslight, and I wish they did I wish they did Hush the same way they did with Gotham by Gaslight. The animated films. I wish they could do... I hope one day they redo Hush and just make it basically based on that comic, instead of like taking some parts and turning it around and and stuff. And I mean, I'm not shitting on the Hush animated movie. It's really fucking good, but I just wish they would have put in like the time. Not only that, but I wish they would have just made it its own entity instead of like forming it into the DC animated universe. And it's like, you finally got Catwoman in it, and now you're ending it with this new Justice League Dark movie. And it's like, was there even really time to build up the DC animated universe? Like, you're pumping out film after film after film, and it's just like, finally you're like, we're ending it, and it's like, what? And I mean, I'll be honest with you, like, there's a part of me that wants to see this movie, and part of me that just doesn't. I don't know why. I mean, I'm just one of those people, like, part of me wants to see it, part of me just doesn't really care to see it. I mean, I'll see it either way, I'm just disappointed that they didn't even include Catwoman. It's like, you got Harley Quinn in it. It's like, really? Fucking really? So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, I wanted to see a sequel to it, but, I mean, now they're just like, we're ending this. It's just like, now they just blew the chance of like doing a sequel to Hush. I mean, you could do a sequel involving Jason Todd and stuff, and you could do like trying to think, you could do like Long Halloween. I'm still waiting for that animated movie. Dark Victory, Catwoman and When in Rome. All these things, like, I'm still waiting for those films to be made. Like you could do a little universe out of those films, like, and stuff. And it aggravates me. Like, now they're doing another Superman movie. It's just like, fuck Superman. Like, Red Sun failed. That movie failed, and nobody bought it. Batman has more interesting things. I mean, it's bad enough, like, I don't care for Superman as a character, but damn, I know when you could do a good Superman movie. And that's the problem with like Warner Brothers at times. Like they just quit right in the middle of a Superman movie. It's like Man of Steel 2 you could do with Brainiac. I'm trying to think of other characters like Brainiac, Bizarro. Like I wish they would have done like I wish they would have done and they did Doomsday and they failed at that. Like I could have wrote a better version of Doomsday than they could. Like take the inspirations of the actual Doomsday comic and said you could have brought back Russell Crowe and Michael Shannon in this Dawn of Justice film where you have flashback scenes where Lex Luthor is messing with this thing, messing with the technology inside the ship where Zod was in, and all of a sudden he hits something. There's like a recorded video or audio or something with Russell Crowe and Michael Shannon talking about this creature they created, and for war, because like you could do like a flashback scene, you could tie it in with Hawkman and Hawkgirl's world, where the Kryptonians were at war with them, and all of a sudden, Jor-El creates Doomsday creature, and they're like, we can't keep it here. We got to send it somewhere where we can never talk about it again. It can never be found. And all of a sudden, like, it's revealed that it's on Earth, and all of a sudden, like, Lex sends his crew to go find it to see what he could do with it, and all of a sudden it just awakens this Kryptonian creature, and this Doomsday. It basically would have been that. That's how I would have done it. But instead, it's just like, we're gonna do Zod, we're gonna make him Doomsday. Even for me, like when I saw Dawn of Justice in theaters, even I, as a DC Comics fan, I'm like, that does not make sense. It was stupid. I'm sorry. I mean, as much as I could defend Dawn of Justice and basically defend a Ben Affleck Batman, I can't defend the Superman part of it. That just shows that I'm not that much of a Superman fan to not even defend it. But anyway, let's get to the script of a movie that I'm pretty sure everybody wants to forget about. Except me. I can't forget about the script. In my mind, I'm thinking like I had to read more. Alright. Gordon. Sir, I'm Detective James Gordon. I'm here about my transfer. Loeb. I know who you are, Gordon. Chief Collins has told me all about you. Says you're another cowboy. Like your friend Dent there. Says you don't understand the way things are done. Immediately after those lines, that's like scumbag written. That's basically Loeb saying, I'm a scumbag, Gordon. I do things my way. Gordon. I never met Assistant D.A. Dent, sir. And don't know why Chief Collins says anything like that. Loeb rubs his temples. Same way I'm doing right now, because I'm thinking like I gotta read this script and this is bad. Loeb. There's no transfer for you, Gordon. It's my responsibility to train young officers a proper respect for tradition, for the established order of things. You need to learn what it takes to be a cop in Gotham. Gordon, if by tradition you mean graft, and Loeb interrupts, I suggest you be a little more selective in your manner of speech, Detective. things could get awfully difficult for you around here. And you don't want that. Not for your lovely wife. Gordon's jaw drops at the threat. Loeb, you're mine, Gordon. Okay, that is Miller type writing. That is some Frank Miller type shit right there. See, that right there is what I like. Like Miller can write villains just like Tyler Perry. I mean, Tyler Perry can write villains. Like the best line. By the way, I watched this Tyler Perry movie. Shit, I even forgot what the name is because all I could think of was the line that this villain that Tyler Perry wrote was "Ashtray, bitch." like that was like the only line. Like that was, I had to like rewind and play that over and over and over because that was gold right there, folks. Like that was some Tyler Perry gold right there. So let me find it. Like I gotta tell you, like that was some gold right there. Oh, here it is. A Fall from Grace.
You keep saying your house. That marriage license says our house.
It was bad enough that he had taken all my money, but here he was laughing.
You watch. How much? Ashtray. Ashtray, bitch!
And he wouldn't leave.
I wish I could record that on a loop. I love that. I'm gonna play that again.
He was laughing at me.
You keep saying your house. That marriage license says our house.
It was bad enough that he had taken all my money, but here he was laughing.
You watch. How much? Ashtray. Ashtray, bitch!
And he wouldn't
leave. like I watched that movie. Like Tyler Perry could write like Marvel needs to hire Tyler Perry. Like, if Marvel ever needs to create another villain, they need to get Tyler Perry and that actor to be the Marvel villain. Like, that was the best scene ever in that movie. Like, I watched a ton of Tyler Perry plays in movies, and that was the best. Like, Tyler Perry is like the Frank Miller of the movie business. Like, he starts out great, and he has success, then slowly you see the pit of the craziness from what's called a brain. And wham! You get Dark Knight Strikes Again. Then you get Ashtray, bitch. And there you go. Like, I watched this movie, and this is like the first ever rated R Tyler Perry movie. And after I watched it, I was just like, Tyler Perry needs Jesus. Like, Tyler Perry needs Jesus back in his life. He needs not to stray and going to craziness. I bet it's even to the point where Jesus sees his name on his caller ID. He's like, no way, dude. Like, that dude he made that movie. Nope. Like, that was just some craziness right there. So, anyway, without saying a word, Gordon turns and leaves, defeated. Just like I was when I saw that movie. I walked out of the living room going like, I'm done. After that scene. Like, it was like that one movie Tyler Perry made with, what's her name? It was the one movie where the woman accuses her husband of having an affair, but he wasn't. I forget her name, man. Like, she was in Taraji P. Henson, I think that's who it is. And that woman is fucking scary when she gets psychotic. Like, that woman scares the shit out of me. Like, in the one scene, she shows up on a boat, and you don't know where the fuck that woman came from. Like, I'm not making this up. Like, she shows up out of nowhere with a gun on her ex-husband's boat. Out of nowhere, she's just like, poof, right there, with a gun. And she goes crazy. Like, she has 4 men jump off the boat pointing a gun at them. And it's just like, in reality, they would have like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, you know what? Let's get her. That's basically what they would have done. But this woman has a gun. She has him jump off the boat. She goes after the ex-husband who she divorced, but found out he didn't have no affair. He didn't cheat on her. He was loyal to her. But Tyler Perry writes stuff, but he doesn't add the physics of reality. And it was just like the craziest shit I have ever seen. Like, she shoots at him. And Tyler Perry, I mean, he's not like Tommy Wiseau. Because Tommy Wiseau is just famous for making one movie. And one movie only. Tyler Perry spent years making crazy films. Like he's the kind of dude, like, that I have to respect. Like, he is a billionaire. But a lot of his films don't look like they're made on a big budget. Like, he made that one movie, I think, like, 2 weeks or so. Like, he just did it quickly and bam, out the door. But, like, Tyler Perry makes films where he basically gives the middle finger to common sense. It's just like, and like, I seen his like last Medea movie, and Medea wasn't really in that movie that much. Like, and it sucked. Like, I love the Medea films, like, and I always wanted to see him make Medea's Class Reunion in a movie, but he never did. Because I that's like one of my favorite Tyler Perry plays is Medea's Class Reunion. And it's funny though, because at the end of it, Cora, who's Medea's daughter, never knew who her daddy was, and it's revealed that Mr. Brown, who is like this crazy kooky character who wears like these bright ass color clothes, and you know, David Mann is like one of my favorite comedians / singers. And David Mann, God bless him, he is really a talented, gifted person. Him and his wife, Tamla Mann, who plays Cora. Same way, a very talented, gifted singer. My God, her voice is just epic. They are both talented, and the thing I think why I quit being sort of a Tyler Perry fan was that after the huge success and all that, he sort of like cut ties with them a bit, and they both went their separate ways of doing things. And I think that's what always bothered me with Tyler Perry, was just like he never did anything with Mr. Brown and Cora. He just sort of like threw those characters to the sidelines and just did his own thing. I think that's what always bothered me with Tyler Perry, was just that he got rid of like two naturally funny, gifted people and just was like, I don't need them, type of thing. And they finally, reunited and did the Medea farewell show, and that's what kind of always bugged me, was just that Meet the Browns movie was so funny. He did a movie based on the play Meet the Browns, and of course they did the show, and the show wasn't really, I'll be honest, the show wasn't really that good. But the movie was hilarious. And I love the part where it's actually funny though, like I watched that movie when my uncle passed away. I watched that movie. I wanted to find something funny and humorous to watch, and I watched that movie, and that movie was just funny though, and there was this one scene where I couldn't help but laugh like nonstop, and I had to rewind it and watch it because it was just funny. Was the oldest sister, who is funny but at the same time obnoxious, is singing and screaming, "Daddy, why? Why, Daddy?" And all of a sudden the older brother pushes her into the grave because he was so annoyed with her by her obnoxiousness at the funeral. I remember thinking, like, if I went to my uncle's funeral, I probably would have done that to my cousin. Because my cousin was just very arrogant, obnoxious, and rude at the funeral. What I heard, and apparently she was, because a lot of family members were saying it. I was like, oh shit, if I was there, I would have done the same thing. I would have done what that dude did. I would just push her in the grave. And just walk off. Like, I'm done. Like, that's what I would have done, but I didn't go. I didn't want to go because it was just going to be about, it was basically going to be about my cousin. My cousin was just, she gave the eulogy and speech and made it about her, basically. But, so, I mean, anyway, I watched the movie Meet the Browns, and I always thought, like, why didn't Tyler Perry ever do a follow-up movie to them? Like, why didn't he? I mean, I know they sort of did with Medea Goes to Jail. Again, I think that was like I'll be honest, I think that was like the last good Medea film. I'll be honest with you. I think that was like the last good movie of Medea. The rest just kind of went downhill. I mean, Medea's Big Happy Family, I mean, that was kind of a good one, but the drama just sort of like... It's kind of funny though, because Tyler Perry... We'll get back to the script. I know a lot of people are like, man, you must hate that. I like Tyler Perry. Like I said, the dude's a billionaire. He has his own movie studio. He wants to get back to work. I respect that. But he cannot write... I mean, there's times where he can write comedy, at the same time he can't write comedy. But he can write drama and a comedy, but when he does a drama, he can write comedy and a drama. So that's basically what it is. So anyway, let's get back to the script. Without saying a word, Gordon turns around and leave, defeated. Interior, Gordon's apartment, bathroom, evening. Gordon has his gun in his mouth. Ah, shit. Again, you're doing the Riggs from Lethal Weapon. He opens it. Empty. This time he loads the bullets into the gun. pulls the hammer back. We hear the front door open and the sounds of Anne looking through the apartment for Jim. Then she hits the door. Jim! Jim! It's a boy. Gordon takes the gun out of his mouth. It's like he just heard her voice for the first time. He bursts open the bathroom door and engulfs his wife in a hug. Jim. A boy. We're having a baby boy. A smile crosses Anne's lips. Exterior. Junkyard. Behind Al's garage. Day. Bruce works like he is a fiend. He's possessed. Sweaty clothes soaks through his sweat. His sweat soaks through his clothes as he heaves an engine into a giant crushing machine. He pulls the lever. Solid steel pops and cracks like eggs. Little Al watches, then approaches and shuts off the machine. Little Al, this can't go on. Bruce, what? Little Al, when was the last time you slept more than 2 hours in a row? Bruce doesn't answer. Little Al, that's what I thought. You're going to hurt yourself. You need time to sort stuff out. Consider yourself on vacation. Go. Little Al points to Bruce's door. Interior. Greasy Spoon Diner. The next day. Gordon looks tired, as if he's been up all night thinking. He hasn't touched his food, but he has piled an ashtray full of Marlboro butts. Counterman Dave fills his cup of coffee. Dave, you okay, Jim? Dave. Oh, sorry, Gordon. Thanks, Dave. You ever notice how sometimes coming to a realization about something, figuring out something important only makes everything more difficult? Just like reading a script. So, Dave. I guess there was this time my brother-in-law wanted to my brother-in-law wanted to open a bar, and his wife says, the conversation is interrupted by Gordon's radio. Of course it does. So, I needed the caffeine. I'll be honest with you. I cannot. So, the radio. 416. Dutton Heights. Housing project. Hostage situation. Suspect's armed. SWAT team has been deployed. Responding officers report to Commissioner Loeb on site. Gordon. What the hell is Loeb doing there? Gordon jumps to his feet. Grabs his coat. Dave. What's up, Jim? What's up, Jim? That's not even your beat. Gordon runs to the door. Loeb's an animal. It'll be a bloodbath. It's kind of odd, though, because in the comic, it's the SWAT team officer that Jim does not agree with that shows up at the hostage situation and stuff. And I remember, I remember it was the same SWAT officer that Batman ends up beating the shit out of, to the point where he throws him through a brick wall. And everyone sees Batman for the first time. That was an iconic moment in comics, in my opinion. Gordon runs to the door and out to exterior. Streets of Gotham. Moments later. Gordon drives like a madman through the run-down East End. Sirens blaring. Lightning rips across the clear sky. A storm is rolling in. Exterior, Dutton Heights. Housing projects. Minutes later, a uniformed police officer is hauled back. The curious residents. Gunman yells from the roof of the projects. Gordon arrives at the same time as the TV news van from the Channel 1 Eyewitness News. Parked at the center of the police encampment, SWAT van. Inside, dozens of men strapped on body armor. Checks their machine guns. Loeb. The cowboy came to see how real policemen earn their pay. Gordon. Where is the negotiator? SWAT guys climb out of the van, ready for action. Loeb. He's working a jumper on Herzog Bridge. We don't have time to wait. Time is money. Taxpayers' money. Gordon. More like voters' money. That's it, isn't it? You're here for the TV cameras. Gordon, disgusted, heads back towards his car. Someone in the crowd. Oh my God, he's got a baby. Gordon stops, looks up. The gunman is in fact holding a little baby. Looks over. Loeb's sniper have taken their positions. Lightning. The gunman is spinning around with the child in his arms, yelling at the lightning. Snipers try to line up their shots. It's all happening too fast. Loeb talks to the snipers on the radio. Loeb, take your shots. Sniper on radio. The baby is in the way. It's a tough shot. Loeb, just do your job. Shoot him. The gunman waves his 9mm over the edge of the roof. TV cameras zoom in on the gunman. The situation slips out of control. Someone in the crowd. Someone save the baby. Gordon to himself. Fuck it. Gordon steps out from behind the police barricade. Loeb. Gordon, get your ass back here. Now. Gordon ignores him, holds up his revolver. 2 fingers on its barrel. Gordon shouts, Hey you, I'm coming up. Gordon drops his weapon. Thud. Enters the building. The TV cameras eat it up. Meanwhile, across town, interior, Bruce's apartment, day. Bruce is a ball of nervous energy. Outside, the rain beats down on his window. He's pacing back and forth. Crash. Lightning rips across the blue sky. He tries to write a letter. Boom. Thunder rolls in. He can't sit still. Man, this is a really intense script here, man. Bruce, voiceover. October 3rd. Dear Father, it's only getting worse. It's tearing me apart. I'm afraid it's happening. I've let it out. Father, I've let you down. I may have killed a man last night. I may be a murderer. I am no better than he was. A monster. I guess we'll leave it off here. So anyway, we will continue the script. Alright, we'll leave it off here with Bruce's voiceover in the letter. So anyway, so we finished up that part. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow, in fact, to do another episode. And so anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. I love you too. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Lola's awake now, wanting her pate, so have to go feed the cat. And knowing my luck, probably the other cats are awake. You're amazing. Oh, thank you. So, anyway, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, so I'll catch you all tomorrow.